Today on In the Woodyard, I've got a delivery to do. We got a mixed bag going out this morning. Here we go. So this load of wood is going to be a mix of a little bit of oak, a little bit of locust, and then some cherry on top, kind of like a sundae, but the cherry on top. And it's going to a new customer that's found me through my channel, which I have been asked by some of you a few times now, how much business do I get from my channel? And in the beginning, like when I started 2.5 years ago or so, close to 3 years now, none. There was just really none. But now that I have a lot of videos out there and then people are researching information on firewood, they're starting to find me. So I never thought it would be an advertising venue, so to speak, but it has been. And I probably have had just this year a good at least 6, maybe 8 people that have called me and said, hey, I found your firewood channel. Looks like you know what you're doing. I'm interested in getting some wood from you. So it's actually starting to pay off. So that brings up a subject that I guess I'm going to talk about a little bit, is that I'm going to do, I'm thinking about how I'm going to do this, thinking about doing some informational videos for the consumer about how to buy wood, what to look for, what questions to ask, those kinds of things, and not gear it more so much to firewood people per se, that people that cut wood and sell wood, more to the consumer, that are people that are looking stuff up on the internet, to learn about what to look out for, what to ask for, what to get. So thinking of doing it. So this wood right here is some of it that's not split, and I split a piece of it yesterday because this came from Logger Al's dad Carl. There's some rounds in here that are like this, that are locusts. They're split all the way through, and I split one open yesterday and I did a moisture meter test on it, and it looked like it was just fine on the inside. It was 18%. But I know some people would look at us and say, well, that might not burn, it's not split. So I'm gonna put some of these rounds that aren't split right on the back tailgate here, and I'm gonna take them over to the splitter. I'm gonna split them down smaller just to get them so they're easier to handle, because there's some bigger chunks in here. I'm gonna split those down, and then the ones that are split I'll just toss in, and then we'll put the cherry on the top. So I'm gonna chuck some wood in right now. So tell me what you think about that idea for the consumer information. And that way I can direct people to my site, and obviously be good for me because I'll get some more views, but also it'll educate the public as to what to look for, and it could be a good resource for anybody to use. I think I can do it pretty decently. I've been doing videos now for a little while that I think I can put something kind of nice together that all of you could use too, and you could link it and have your customers go and they could get information. If you don't do that kind of thing, if you don't have a YouTube channel or a website or something like that people could go to, but be a resource for everybody to use. Just an idea. So we're gonna get this loaded up and go do a delivery. So we're gonna chuck a little faster. So there it is. I have the rounds I'm going to split over at the splitter. I'll split them and then just chuck them in here. It's going to be 3/4 of a face cord, or a little less than 1/3 of a cord. Then I'll just finish it off with a little bit of cherry. There was more here than I thought there was going to be. A little bit of oak mixed in with it in this locust here, which is fine. They just wanted some good wood, so that's what they're going to get. So we're going to go over to the splitter. We're going to knock this stuff down to size. Once again, I'm going to check the inside of it and just make sure, because this oak, there's some bigger chunks here. They feel like they're kind of heavy. Hopefully they're dry. If not, I'll just chuck them in the oak pile. So over to the splitter we go. All right, so I backed up over by the splitter here. There's the wood that I got loaded already. This is the stuff I'm going to knock down. I am going to go grab my moisture meter out of the truck, and we're going to get this stuff split right now. Okay, so there it is. I got it split and put in. It was more there than I thought. I almost got a third of a cord already. I'm going to show you the wood. There's a couple pieces here I pulled out that I want to show you. The locust, I put that up to my lips, bone dry. Because that's another thing that you can do for indication of if wood is dry. If it feels dry and you put your lips to it, because your lips are very sensitive to moisture, there's no moisture. So dry, it's very dry. However, there was a couple pieces of oak in here. Now this one, very dry. I can see that it's lighter colored. I feel no moisture in it. It's not cool at all. But this piece, I don't know if you guys can see the difference. This piece is wet. It has moisture on it. I can feel it on my lips. It's cool and it feels wet. And it was from a bigger piece. And it's darker color. It's more orange. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I could tell right away that it was wet. There was just that one piece. And there was one piece of cherry in here and I split that open. It was a little damp on the inside too. It had a little rot in the middle too, and I could feel it was a little damp, so I didn't throw that in. So the locust and the oak that I put in there for the stuff I just split, it's all really dry. It's been cut now for like about a year, but there was logs, or trees I should say, that Carl cut that were dead standing trees. And he didn't bother splitting some of the smaller stuff because he figured it was dry. It probably was close to being ready to burn when he cut it, but sitting that extra year made a big difference. It's bone dry on the inside, so it's ready to go. And I just wanted to split it so it's easier to handle and to be sure that it was dry. So if you can see the locust on the inside, the color of it, it's kind of like a greenish color. And supposedly this is black locust, that's what I've been told. And the bark comes off very easily. I'm gonna try to find a piece in here that's from a split piece of locust to show you how, when it dries, the color that it turns. I gotta go to the front here and see if I can find a chunk. There should be one in here that was split already. Here's one right here. Come on, baby. All right, so when locust dries, it turns to this color. So you can see the difference in the color. So it turns kind of a tannish color instead of being green, so when it gets dry it looks like that. Now there was a few bigger chunks like this that I split too, just a couple of them to check them, and they were bone dry on the inside. So, and this guy is going to be burning this outside, so this might last him through next year, so I'm sure it'll be just fine. So now I'm going to go over to the cherry, and we're going to just throw a little bit of cherry on top of the sundae. All right, I'm over at the cherry bin here, and going to throw in a little bit at the end here of some cherry to finish off the load. And this stuff's been here and it's plenty dry. I've already burned some of this myself. I took a little bit home and made a little fire and burned really nice. This cherry is awesome. It just smells so good. I mean, just standing in here, it smells like I'm sticking my nose in a jar of Marciano, is that how you say it? Cherries? I don't know. It smells fantastic. My favorite wood. I've told a lot of people this, and I mentioned it on the channel lots of times. If I had to pick one wood and one wood only that I could cut, if I had to pick one, it would be cherry. And a lot of you are going to say, oh, yeah, but it's not as good as oak, because oak's the best. Yeah, oak's good. Or it's not as good as hickory, or it's not as good as Osage orange, or it's not as good as almond or pecan. Yeah, but it smells fantastic. It's a mid-range wood as far as BTUs, as far as the heat that it puts off, but it has a beautiful flame, smells fantastic, burns really nice, really easy. Yeah, if you want it for heating, cherry's probably not gonna be your #1 choice. But I choose it because it's easy to cut, easy to dry, smells great, people love it, it sells good. I guess I'm looking at it from a different standpoint than a lot of people that heat with it. So there you go. That's my 2 cents on cherry. Not that anybody cares. So we'll get this chucked in, we'll go down the road and we'll do a little delivery. And then this afternoon, and for you it's going to be tomorrow, I'm going to do a little bit of splitting, I think. I got a couple hours I can do some splitting. That'll be tomorrow's video, because I'm not going to make one great big long video. It's going to do another video, because I do that a lot of days. A lot of you don't know that. I make a lot of days, I do 2 videos. Yesterday I did 3 videos. So the last 3 videos you saw were all shot yesterday. I have to do that because there's days when I can't be here. I have to work on my other business. And there's days that I'm gone because I have personal stuff going on. So to have a video every day, some days I shoot 2 or 3 videos, but then there's some days I'll go 3 or 4 days in a row and I don't shoot any. Sometimes, like when I go on trips, like a vacation, if I'm on a family vacation, it's a whole week of no videos. Or like when I was with my brother beaver trapping for we went for 3 weeks. We had a week in the southern zone and then 2 weeks in the northern zone up in northern Wisconsin. I didn't do any firewood videos, but I had a video for you guys every day because I had done a whole bunch of them ahead of time and had banked them so they were ready to go, and they were just auto loaded so that 5:30 every morning you got a video. And that's what I have to do for you guys to have a video every day. Got to kind of stay on top of it and just keep making them. So that's what I do. There, that looks very pretty, don't you think? I think so. Okay, let's go down the road and pick up an Uncle Benjamin and maybe Jackson. I am back from my delivery and it cooled off a whole bunch and it's starting to sprinkle out. So I don't know if I'm going to get much more work done today, but tomorrow, yeah, 2 days. In 2 days I'm going to a buddy's property of mine, and he has like 90 acres of woods and there's a lot of oak wilt. I had mentioned this the other day. And he's got a whole bunch of soft maples that were in a swampy area. And 2 years ago we had a lot of rain. What happened is that whole area flooded and it killed off all the maple trees, and there's hundreds of maple trees, and they're all anywhere from 6 inches up to maybe 14, 15 inches. So they're all real nice size trees, and I haven't been there in quite a while, so I'm going 2 days and I'm going to cut a few down and just checking to make sure they're still good, because they could be getting punky, because soft maple rots pretty fast. It's not like oak where it'll be good standing for a long time. This stuff it's pretty bad, so I don't know how much I'm going to get out of there, but I'm going to take a look at it. And he has a little bitty Kubota tractor on the property that I might be able to use it for skidding it out to a landing where I can cut it up instead of having to go into this kind of swampy area and then, you know, hand carrying it out into the trailer. So kind of an experimental run I'm going to go on. I'm going to take a couple saws with me in my trailer and probably bring a load home. He's also got a bunch of oaks, like I had mentioned. He's got red oaks that are dying, the oak wilt. And last time I counted, there was at least 20 of them that were dead. So they're in different parts of the area of his property that I can go cut. So I'm either going to cut oak or I'm going to cut some soft maple, or maybe some of both. But I'm going to go there and I'm going to spend the night, and we're going to talk like guys and stay at the cabin for the night. So that'll be kind of cool. So I'm going to go do that this coming weekend. So you'll see that in a couple days. And then tomorrow I'm going to do some resplits, so that's what's going to happen. So that's all I got for today, folks. Poke the buttons. I'll be back tomorrow, 5:30 a.m. with a new video for you. Right now you're going to go watch another video, because that's the best thing you can do to help me, is watch more videos. Good night, everybody.